Your 8-minute question and answer period will now begin. Did your team take any action to increase diversity and inclusion?
Since we have two projects, the answers will be a little bit different. So speaking of Case Clash, Case Clash has been like looking for a variety of cultures and students to add into our competitions and workshops, as we started with adding new immigrants and like newcomers to come and be part of our competition and part of workshops. So we contacted CIWA, which is the Calgary Immigrants and Women Association. And now we're hoping like to reach for more Indigenous students. And passing it on to Shivang for Suitology.
Thank you. For Suitology, it has been a very wonderful year in terms of diversity and inclusion, because we were presented the opportunity from a sustainable committee group here at SAIT to present at an international levels to really expand what Suitology is and what is our culture. Secondly, our door is open to every expertise in subject matter. And thirdly, that we have new members who have different backgrounds from all different businesses and electrician, that they are providing us with all kinds of feedbacks and all the necessary advice from stages to different stages.
Do you have plans to scale the projects? Why and how?
Speaking for Case Clash, we are hoping like to scale the project through like a larger, wider variety to include students from Calgary and reaching out to more provinces outside like of Alberta. So we have like schools coming from inside Alberta. We have schools coming from Stony Plain, and we're hoping to go to Edmonton as well. And then for a larger impact, we have contacted the Saskatchewan Business Teacher Association, and we kind of like having their students participating in the competition. And for future, we're hoping like to go over like these two provinces.
For Suitology, we have major plans for this year, as we are increasing our footprints and being consistent. Secondly, we are hoping to partner up with the culinary students to really emphasize on all the produce we do and focus on a healthy fresh vegetables. Thirdly, we are looking to scale with the more local organizations, as we have reached out to 2 local organizations last year. This year, we are actually extending our relationships with even more in industries who specializes in materials purchasing, and they are really happy with the Suitology approach with everything. This is for our scale. In terms of longevity of this and our long-term growth, we have more expertise in our sites to really give us all the resources to scale up our project and remain on the consistent side of the sustainable and the impact-wise.
Looking at the triple bottom line, people, planet, and prosperity, is there one of those where your team could have done better?
For Case Clash, the team could like be like doing better into like expanding like the projects and reaching out to more students. Also kind of like improving like the competition and workshops to include a variety of topics in business related, because as we started, we have talking about case studies and some of the financial education, but like for a future thing, we could like do better into like growing our like perspectives.
For Suitology, yes, there were many instances we faced where we had absolutely no guidance whatsoever. We did hit the rock bottom, but overcoming this, what we faced and what Suitology could have done better in terms of doing more, using the social media at its best to gather more volunteering, reaching out to more expertise to give us all the necessary information. In the future, we have all the necessary helps now. So we are looking to overcome this challenge, but that was our initial stage challenge, but not any longer.
How did you manage to meet and plan for your projects as a team despite COVID-19 restrictions?
So regarding Case Clash, the COVID-19 have like put like some challenges on hosting the competitions in person. So we decided like to go beyond that and try like to use all the technical materials so we can like reach for more students and host our workshops as well as the competition through the technical platforms, and that's how like we try like to grow like the impact.
For Cytology, we're fully emphasizing on our virtual environment and we're getting used to it. As speaking of COVID-19, we continued our all operations and made sure we're following all the necessary guidelines. Secondly, for the last year, we contacted every local organizations beforehand. So we make sure we are there with their goals, and our goals are to measure the safety and everything. For this year, we are having more team members in our team. They are all advised in what to do, what not to do in this COVID-19 pandemic situations. And we're going to continue and remain consistent with our operations by increasing our footprint and, of course, on the other side, maintaining the AHS standards and following all the guidelines.
Explain what tools your team uses to measure impact.
So for the case clash project, we used like the to scale like the or to measure the impact through like using the feedbacks and surveys that are like distributed among students after the workshops and the competition. So we take these feedbacks and we take like a deep analysis to find like how students are learning and how like the project like is impacting them through their future education and career, as well as their passion about business.
For Cytology, our evaluation process works differently from case clash. We have our food diverting, and secondly is greenhouse gas emissions to really ensure that we are shrinking the carbon footprints, and we're making sure we are firmly believing in our UN Sustainable Development Goal number 12, which is zero food waste. This is how we process, and we really ensure that we are remaining on the same path, that we are not being using more of a manual labor-wise in terms of ensuring that there's minimal to zero waste in all sorts of organisms, whether it's greenhouse or food waste.
Could you clarify the role of your partnerships and the role of your team in the projects?
So for Case Clash, the team and partnership play like a very important role in the succeed of the project. So for our partnerships, we have a partnership with CPA and State School of Business. So they help us with the financial aid through giving advices on how like to improve the project. And for the team, they play like a huge role in improving the project and adding like the time and effort into like contacting schools and reaching out to more partners as well as clients.
Cytology has heavily dependent on the COPS Adventure Park, which is our partners and Samsung's, in terms of resources and plots garden, because they help us with all sorts of advices and all the necessary equipments that we need for our further operations. Secondly, as our team members, we did recruited more new members for Cytology because of our virtual meetings weekly wise. Their leadership has been the most trustworthy, and their advices have helped me to really elevate and growth of this project. As our partners for Samsung, they have provided us with the financial aid.
Your time has now expired. Thank you, and act as safe.
Thank you.